Drivin Ivan Katz here, and I've driven all the way to Pittsburgh, PA to see if the Kia Forte makes for a good travel companion. Will I be impressed? Let's find out. Well, in terms of its shape, it's definitely form-following function, but it does have a modern shape certainly, and I do like the grille too. Also, I like it from this angle here, and those alloy wheels look definitely rather good. It's a fresh, modern look that blends in well with the other cars of today, and not over the top aggressive, but still definitely a nice looking compact sedan. And of course, to top off the appearance, it did get a bit of a facelift in front with a new headlight appearance here and new taillights as well. Kia definitely went with the why fix it if it's not broken sort of styling and just freshened the head and tail lights, which many manufacturers do today, and I think they pulled it off. Looks great. The interior is also basically the same, but again, why fix it if it's not broken? Excuse the mess from my road trip, but what you have here is really nice, kind of two-tone, comfortable seats, gray in the middle, black on the outsides, and some nice piping here. And I've just driven for many hours, and they were very comfortable, very supportive. Manual adjustments, but the steering wheel does tilt, so you're able to get into a nice seating position whether you're short or tall. That's a good thing. The armrest doubles as storage, and I was able to use that as well very nicely. Moving forward, there's a real handbrake and 2 cup holders as well, plus a nice little cubby hole for my camcorder batteries there. Excellent. It's a 6-speed automatic transmission that you can shift yourself to, and then more storage here with an area that you can actually cover right here. And if you take the stuff away, you'll see that there's 2 chargers and an aux for your smarter iPhone, and also a USB. Love it. It's nice to have that jump drive. You can carry your tunes with you everywhere you go. Now we get into the infotainment screen and of course the ventilation controls, which are very straightforward. And Kia has done a good job here of just giving a very straightforward sort of infotainment screen where you can easily get to everything. And back home, it's just very nice and easy to get around. The presets are great, and you can actually go to an entire preset menu too, which I think is a great feature. And Kia is just very good at studying the competition and incorporating it into their own. Here we have the steering wheel, and you can see that you've got your cruise control here, which I thought came in very handy. There's a menu here that you can kind of scroll through up top here. Gives you some useful information, large tachometer and speedometer as well. Here you have your radio controls, very nice, and then your Bluetooth controls down here. The push button start stop is very good, and that brings me to my Drivin Ivan technology integration score, which for the Kia is really high. I mean, I think they just do things very well, and other manufacturers can even study them now that Kia has studied the competition. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a 10 out of 10. It's very good. It's very easy to use the technology, and everything falls to hand very nicely, just like you want it. Very nice, Kia. Moving on to the back seats, I like the pattern in the door there. Very nice appearance, and it kind of mimics the front. Very good. Seating for 3 across, and in the doors you have storage for your phone here. Also a cup holder and extra storage down there. Nice. Pop open the trunk and you'll see it's done a nice job of swallowing up this car battery here, and my tennis racket and a guitar, and still has tons more room if I need it. So all in all, it's a great interior that is just very well laid out, and most importantly, comfortable too, with all the tech you can ask for. On my way to Pittsburgh for this great road trip in the Kia Forte S. And so far, it's been an ideal travel companion. It's easily swallowed up everything that I'm taking with me, and I've got some stuff in the trunk hidden away. I brought a kind of a vintage guitar along with me because kind of tired of that one and I might want to swap it for something else. Pittsburgh has some pretty cool guitar shops like Pittsburgh Guitars and a couple others, and maybe I'll do a swap with them, who knows. But I'm heading out to see a great band tonight. The Gin Blossoms are headlining, and a band called the Rave Ups, who are the bar band in Pretty in Pink. The lead singer, Jimmer, is making the trip out to his old hometown here. He lives in LA, and playing a concert, and I didn't want to miss it. So it was just a great opportunity to take this Kia Forte on a road trip, and I think that's what it's all about. Kia is an excellent manufacturer. I reviewed the Sportage many years ago, and I took it to the Lyme region of Connecticut, and I talked on that road trip, check out that video elsewhere on YouTube, but I said that Kia, like the Lyme artists, are very good at taking what they like and inspiration from other manufacturers. Like the Lyme artists took their inspiration from the Impressionists of the day and really made it their own, painted what they saw in that region, and painted really whatever they want with also a little bit of their own style. And that's really what Kia does. They figure out which infotainment screen works best in their competition and they make it their own. Which knobs feel the best for the heating and cooling system, and they make it their own. And all of that is combined to make Kias what they are. And what Kias are really excellent cars, or SUVs, or sedans, whatever you're buying. And in this case, this is a very competent four-door compact sedan that really gives you very nice fuel economy and very nice utility, a little bit of luxury and a little bit of tech as well, thrown in for good measure. They then combine that with a really, really good warranty, 100,000 mile, 10-year powertrain warranty, and 3 years, 36,000 miles of roadside assistance and bumper-to-bumper basic warranty. And so their warranty is the best in the business, and really, you know, as long as you're not into the prestige of certain other names of cars that they offer, then what you're getting with Kia is just an all-around great car. So far, they haven't been able to get the prestige of other manufacturers, but they're working on it. And they have cars like the K900. Check out my reviews of the Hyundai Genesis and also my review of the Kia K900, and you'll see a very, very competent uber luxury sedan there. So Kia is working on it, and there's no reason to not buy a Kia these days. They're excellent cars, and they really offer class-leading features at an extremely fair price. So yes, I'm very happy to have the Kia Forte as a travel companion, but how does it handle? Very steep grade next 3 miles. This is where, without really going on your favorite backcountry road, you find out the handling characteristics of a car very easily, and you better be ready for it, because if you're going too fast down a hill, that's when mistakes happen. And a mistake that's very common for people is to be going too fast in a front-engine, front-wheel drive car like this one, like most cars sold these days, and what you get is lift-off oversteer. Now, you can certainly experience that in this Kia Forte, and you know, even if you're going, you know, 9 miles over the speed limit's 70 miles an hour in many of these hills. And you know, for instance, if you're on the accelerator here and you lift off, well, the back end kind of slides around a bit, just like it did there a little bit. But again, it's under control, and this Kia's handling is very, very predictable. So, you know, you just want to make sure you pay attention and, you know, stay on the outside of these turns, and really be alert when driving down steep grades like this. But, you know, the Kia, I would say, has kind of crisp handling, not unlike what you'd feel in a Volkswagen. It's probably a hair bit more twitchy than in a Volkswagen, but also it's predictable if you know what to expect. And I think the engineers looked into safety here. Check out that runoff ramp for this truck. If they lose their brakes, then they can just travel straight up there, and believe it or not, that sand and that hill will stop them. But anyway, these mountains can be very dangerous. Certainly a great place to test the limits of handling of certainly a car like the Kia Forte here. But rest assured that the engineers made it safe, and they made it understeer a bit for you, so you definitely won't be spinning out unless, again, you're going way too fast and you're on the throttle, and then you lift off in the middle of a turn, then your back end will slide around. And if that's the case, what you want to do is actually look down the road where you're going, aim where you want to go, and press the accelerator and just head towards that. Let your eyes and your hands coordinate and carry you out of the danger. Now you can also shift this Kia Forte yourself. As you see, I'm in third gear now, and you can see when you get into the higher revs that you can hear the engine. It's not overly loud. It's certainly not a sports car, but it's got some power, and certainly enough power to pass cars that are going slower than you, and certainly enough power to enter and exit the highway. So pricing for the Kia Forte starts out at $17,500. The S version here starts out at $20,195, and it is quite well equipped. Now the roughly $2,700 starting price difference between the Kia Forte and the S version is the S technology package, and that includes Supervision Media Cluster, which is 4.2 inches, and then you get push button start with Smart Key, and that works very well. Auto up and down front windows, autonomous emergency braking, forward collision alert system, blind spot detection, lane departure warning system, lane keep assist, rear cross traffic, outside mirrors with LED turn signals, front door handle pocket lights, fog lights, LED taillights, and a smart trunk as well. Plus you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And I think really what makes this Kia stand out is the fact that, again, Kia studies the competition, and they go for the best infotainment screen, the best safety features, and they look at ways that help you use them well and make them comfortable to the touch. Plus that great 100,000 mile powertrain warranty is really nice, and they stand out on price. I don't have a price as equipped number, so to speak, in this media press car, but I'm assuming that $20,195 is it. And that's very fair money given the level of options that this Kia Forte S is equipped with. Pittsburgh, I think, is sort of the San Francisco of the East. It's a very hilly city. It's a very picturesque city. Kind of cool. You've got even a casino if you want to go play poker. If you like poker, check out my poker documentary. But this Kia Forte is, you know, refined. Unlike, you know, Pittsburgh. This was a steel town, you know, and it's kind of a gritty city, but now it's progressed, and you have really, really nice restaurants, you have great nightlife, and it's really come a long way from even when I started coming here some, I don't know, 30 years ago. So in a way, it kind of mirrors the way Kia has grown up in America. They didn't have the reputation that they have now back many, many years ago, but this is a very refined car now. It gives you everything you want, and it's just nice, comfortable to drive. The steering wheel in your hand feels like Mazda 6 that I recently drove, actually. Check out my review of the Mazda 6. But it's just a very well put together car, and it feels actually refined. Kia, just like Pittsburgh, has come a long, long way. Drivin Ivan here, and I usually do car reviews, but today I'm doing peace and love and little donuts reviews. These are really good. I got the plain and I got the chocolate frosted right out of the fryer, basically. And
You can get all sorts of crazy flavors. Maple bacon, they said, was their favorite, and also some Samoa type that tastes like a Samoa Girl Scout cookie. But they have like probably about 20 different flavors, maybe more. Anyway, so growing up with Krispy Kreme, these are different. It's a more solid foundation. They taste more. This is the cake donut. So it is quite cakey. In fact, the girl in front of me got a birthday cake one. I bet that would have been really good. But this is awesome. And they're small too, which means insane calories, but at least a small size. Just the right amount of sweetness. They're not overly sweet. Okay. Haven't had this one yet. Chocolate frosted. Oh yeah. It makes awesome even better. I was trying to go to Pamela's to get their pancakes. They're apparently world famous, but there was a line out the door and it's raining, so I figured, what's the next best thing? And this was on my list to eat, so here we go. Yum. Peace and love and little donuts. I highly recommend it. Now, in terms of coffee in Pittsburgh, I seem to remember there was a chain called the Beehive, but I'm probably dating myself. That was way, way, way back in the day. Nowadays, Crazy Mocha seems to be all over the place. And I just got an iced mocha at Crazy Mocha. But not just a simple iced mocha. One of the best iced mochas I've ever had, actually. I just had them add cinnamon, and it's quite tasty. So Crazy Mocha, they're all over the place here in Pittsburgh, and quite yummy. O'Leary's is the type of place on Carson Street in Pittsburgh here, south side, that it's just so rare to find these days in many cities in America. Cheap breakfast is really something of the past. It's all about brunch and kind of shishi new upscale places. But this is like a down-home, old-school breakfast at a very fair price. Home fries are amazing, eggs are great, pancakes are great. They even had mixed fruit jelly, which I'm a big fan of, so good stuff right here in Southside, East Carson, Pittsburgh, PA. Home of the Rave-Ups, and of course, apparently some sports teams that I won't mention. Well, I'm at Tesaro's in Pittsburgh, and they're supposed to have the best burger. A local told me that, so I'm going to find out. But I'm going to start with seafood chowder. My favorite chowder is at the fish market in Old Town Alexandria. But I got to say, this stuff is quite good. It's salty, but very, very yummy. Can't wait to try the burger after this. They even give you the best crackers too. And here it is. Looks quite good. Very thick. Cooked right. I ordered it medium. And garnishes on the side. Let's see how it is. I like to try them plain first. I think you get the best flavor representation that way. We're supposed to cook these over all sorts of wood smoke and nice sort of spices and that sort of thing. Let's see how it is. That is a very good burger. It's got a lot of flavor. Juicy. You don't need anything on it. Yes, Tesaro's Burgers. Believe the hype. So here I am in front of Betsy's Ice Cream in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, also Pittsburgh. And this is really good. It's 2 scoop sundae with what they call Philadelphia's Pride, which is a conglomerate of all sorts of yummy sort of ice cream in like a cream, custard cream base, and then Italian Stallion, which is some sort of coffee surprise. Had them put hot fudge and marshmallow on it as well, and it was only $4.50. That seems like a steal to me. It's a big sundae. There's lots of toppings on it. I didn't get the whipped cream, nuts, and cherry. Oh well. But anyway, it looks good, and I've tried the ice cream already, so let's see how it is. Okay, here we go, down the hatch. That is so good, I can't even explain it. The combination of Italian Stallion and Philadelphia's Pride with hot fudge and marshmallow. Oh my God. Definitely a standout for this trip so far. Good stuff. Pittsburgh. As someone who renovates houses, it's almost something that makes you drool in many ways, because there's such charming old houses here, and many of them have been upgraded, but many of them haven't. And there's a lot you can do here. I love the way it's very hilly. It almost reminds me of LA in some ways. Maybe coming from the valley back up into the Hollywood Hills. Of course, it's kind of a different vibe, but I do think it's kind of the San Francisco of the East Coast, as I said, Pittsburgh. So watch this. You walk up to the car, and look at that. Knows I'm here, and opens on up, hands-free. Now that is convenient. So which is better, Pittsburgh's night look or the night look of the Kia Forte? Well, let's take a look. I like the infotainment screen here, and I like the gauge cluster here. Not crazy about all the red that they use all around the rest of the interior, but red is certainly a more common color when you're dealing with entry-level cars, and they certainly use it here in the Kia Forte. But I'm a big fan of the gauge cluster here, and also the infotainment screen, and the rest of it shows up quite well. But in terms of the overall night look, I'm going to give it to the city of Pittsburgh. Great morning. I came out to the Forte this morning with my hands full checking out of my Airbnb, and the trunk just magically opens, senses your key, senses you walking up to it, and opens up. Really nice. So, good start to the day. Headed down to the Beehive coffee shop for breakfast, and it's quite a scenic route, I'll tell you. The city just unfolds right in front of your eyes, and it's really amazing some of the views you get driving through and around Pittsburgh. Very nice. Great city, and definitely a great city for a long weekend road trip, no doubt. So in the end, after a great road trip to Pittsburgh in this Kia Forte S, it really is just a great, competent, compact sedan, and it really does stand up to the competition well. Your Corollas and your Civics, look for my reviews of those cars elsewhere on YouTube and all my other reviews, but this Kia Forte S is really just a great all-around four-door compact sedan that has the right amount of utility, the right amount of options, and really a very fair amount of performance, and a bit of luxury, and of course tech thrown in for good measure. So it's just a great travel companion, and I'm certainly impressed with it. It's made a great companion on this road trip, and if you're in the market, you should definitely check out Kia, whether it's an SUV or a compact sedan like this one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe to me on YouTube. I'm Drivin Ivan.